Hi everyone, this is Ben Foggins Media Corner back again with a brand new AK After a Soul review episode for today, which this one's going to be on a new release. And this new release came out on Friday on Netflix, which this is a Netflix film. And I just watched this today. I just got done finishing with this movie a couple minutes ago. And today I'm here to give you guys my views on this film. So today's review I'm here to talk to you guys about is the 2022 sci-fi action comedy film, and that is The Adam Project. This film was directed by Shawn Levy, and this is the second collaboration he's done along with Ryan Reynolds, which both of them together have made a movie last year, which was a really big hit, known as Free Guy, which I have yet to review. But anyway, so the story of the film is that we follow Ryan Reynolds' character, who's a time traveler named Adam Reed, and basically he's on this mission, which basically he has to travel back to the past where he meets his 12-year-old self, who's played by Walker Scobell, in which we do follow much younger, which at first we follow young Adam in this film, that his life isn't going well for him at the moment because he's lost his father, who's played by Mark Ruffalo. He lives with his mother at home, who in a home in the woods, and his mother's played by Jennifer Garner. And pretty much what happens is, for the older version of Adam, he comes to terms with his younger self, and they have to try and confront their he has to try and confront this past, and he has to team up. And basically, he gets his younger self to basically help him, as well as his late father, and they have to work together to basically go on the mission to try and save the future. So that's pretty much the story of the Adam Project. Now, for this one, I didn't know what to expect from this one as well, because for Shawn Levy, back then some of his movies have been a bit lukewarm for critics. While I do tend to enjoy some of his movies when I was growing up as a kid, like I enjoyed the first Cheaper by the Dozen movie, and I also enjoyed the Night at the Museum trilogy. And then I started seeing his other movies that I never really saw as a kid. The ones I thought were just pretty decent were just Married and The Internship. Those one I thought were just pretty decent movies. But the Pink Panther, the remake from 2006, I think is just okay, but definitely not his best. But Free Guy, however, I would say is definitely much better than his other movies. I think because I had a lot of fun with Free Guy last year, and I have to yet to review that. And I was really surprised with the cast who were in this movie. It's mostly a big name cast in this film. You've got, of course, Ryan Reynolds, who's the main star of the film, and obviously when it comes to Ryan Reynolds, no matter what he's in, he always can shine. He can just always just shine like bright like a diamond in any movie he's in. And you also have Zoe Saldana from the MCU, which I think she's a badass actress for any movies she's in, like in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and Avatar. And you also have Jennifer Garner. She's pretty talented. I've seen her in a few things here and there that either hit or miss for me. Mark Ruffalo, he's such a great actor. I'm a big fan of Mark Ruffalo. And you got Catherine Kenya, which she's pretty talented. I've seen a few things here and there as well. And for Walker Scobell, which this is actually his very first film as a young actor, so I was looking forward to seeing what he can do for a film like this, along with such big names like Ryan Reynolds and all that kind of and other people. So I watched this on Netflix today. I just watched this in the afternoon, and after watching this movie, I definitely had a great time with this movie. I had a pretty good time with the Adam Project. Let's get into the acting, eh? So the acting in the movie, Ryan Reynolds, he was, of course, he still shines like a diamond here, and he's great in the movie as the future self of Adam, and Walker Scobell, who plays the youngest self of Adam, he was really good in this movie, and I can't wait to see what else he does in the future. I loved how he provides his body language, his facial expressions, and sarcasm in this movie, and he did it really well alongside Ryan Reynolds in the movie, alongside for Ryan Reynolds in this movie. And the chemistry between him and Ryan Reynolds is really funny and entertaining in this movie, which I really liked. That what kept me interested for this movie, because there was not a single moment that felt pretty dull or boring with any scene that has them in the when what they're trying to do together in this movie. And Mark Ruffalo in the film, he's really good in the movie. He plays Adam's late father in the film, and there's a scene that does have him and Ryan Reynolds in a scene together, which I thought gave a pretty strong message. Which the message in the film for one scene was about love and hope, which I didn't really expect that while I was watching it, and I found that to be still. I found that to be still pretty strong while I was watching this movie. And for the actress in the film, Zoe Saldana, she is really cool in this movie as Adam's future wife in the film. But she's not in the movie that much. But she did pretty good for a few action sequences, which we'll talk about them later on. And Jennifer Garner is really good, is pretty good in the movie, but there wasn't quite enough to her character. But I thought she gave what she was giving well enough, and she gave a pretty good performance. And Catherine Keener, who plays the villain in this movie, she didn't do too bad as the villain, although there's a few parts of the film which I kind of found a bit stiff for her. But she wasn't like miscast or anything. But I did think she gave a pretty solid performance as the villain in this movie. And the storytelling for this movie, I kind of found the story to be pretty much basic and simple, really, for a time traveling movie like this one. But this one did get me interested and entertaining, mostly due to the banter between Ryan Reynolds, Walker Scobell, and Mark Ruffalo, which I thought the banter between them two were entertaining in the film. And again, there was a strong message in the film for one specific aspect of the story, which I found to be pretty much strong, which is about love and hope, like I've already mentioned before, for one scene involving Mark Ruffalo and Ryan Reynolds in the movie. I found that to be pretty much strong. But the only issue I have for storytelling was there were some underdeveloped storylines in the film. That was a bit of an issue I had. But the story was entertaining for the most part. But the basic premise is just pretty much simple and basic, really, for a time traveling movie. And the visual effects in this film were pretty cool. There were some really good visual effects in this film. But the only issue I had with the visual effects was the de-aging effect on Catherine Keener's character. I kind of found that the effects for the de-aging effects was a bit distracting. But I wouldn't say it's atrociously awful, because there are some movies that have done really good for de-aging effects, like Captain Marvel did, as well as Gemini Man. But here, the de-aging wasn't awful. I kind of found it to be a bit for me, but the visual effects for like outside the action sequences were really cool, and the action sequences were pretty fun and entertaining to watch, and they're pretty well directed by Shawn Levy. But I wouldn't say they weren't as mind blowing like what he did for Free Guy, because I found the visual effects and the action in that film awesome and mind blowing. But yeah, I wouldn't say they're as mind blowing as that film. But in the end, though, the Adam Project, I had a great time with it. But I wouldn't say this is Shawn Levy's best collaboration with Ryan Reynolds since Free Guy. But this is still is a great watch. And if you're a fan of like time traveling movies, or if you're a fan of the director Shawn Levy, or the cast like Ryan Reynolds, like any of the cast like Ryan Reynolds, this would definitely be a popcorn treat for you. It is streaming on Netflix, and obviously I do recommend this film for a few reasons why I could recommend this film. Like for if you're a fan of time traveling, the director, or any of the stars. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the Adam Project. I'm going to give the Adam Project 4 out of 5. Definitely a great rating for a great fun time traveling film. It's definitely a really good one to watch, specifically if you're a fan of like any of the stars, or if you're a fan of the director, or if time traveling is your favorite kind of thing for like the genre of sci-fi. Because I'm a master, I do love sci-fi, and I do like time traveling films. There are some I do like. Well, there's a few I don't really like, but this one I would definitely say is a one I could watch. If you definitely could watch a bit over and over again. So thank you guys so much for watching my AK After a Saw review on the Adam Project, and let me know what you think of this film if you have seen this already, or if you just recently seen it for the first time. Did you have a really great time with it, or was this not really a popcorn treat for you? So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more reviews, and as always, this has been Fogan's Media Corner signing off.